from his studios in New York, it's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. A good morning and a happy day to everybody out there enjoying life. Please be careful this morning. There's been some accidents, a scary one that happened out a little while ago, so please make sure that you are safe and sound this morning. Be nice to each other, take care of each other, be good to each other, and just be smart about it. You know what I mean? Be safe. Be safe when you're out there. Think about the other people that are going to be out there with you too. You know, everybody has a home that they're trying to get back to. So let's be nice, let's be positive, and let's be healthy out there today, tonight, and so on. So with that being said, good morning and welcome to the broadcast of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Proud to be here with you every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time right here on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Proud to be here with you and here with you, like I said, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt is the live feed, and wakeupcalldt.com is where you can pick up the live feed as well. So make sure that you do that this morning and every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a lot to get into today. The CNS Athletics girls basketball team joined me at Chick-fil-A Cicero this week. I'm so proud for everybody that came out to the event and hung out with us. Head coach Eric Smith, Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Isabella Kingsley, Aniah Ingram, and Brandi Feeney were all a part of the broadcast, and a wonderful broadcast it truly was. I want to thank each and every single one of the young ladies as well as head coach Eric Smith for being out there with me in this wonderful opportunity that we had at Chick-fil-A. So thank you to each of the young ladies and to head coach Eric Smith. We're going to be sharing that show with you for everybody that wasn't able to come out and see it, and for everybody that did that wants to see it again or hear it back and whatnot. We will have that for you this morning in the entire first hour and a little bit into the second hour of the show. Once again, CNS Northstars girls basketball special from Chick-fil-A Cicero this morning with head coach Eric Smith, Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Isabella Kingsley, Aniah Ingram, and Brandi Feeney. Following that, in the second hour of the show, you will hear from Tyus Battle, Frank Howard, Marek Dolezaj, and Howard Washington, following the team's second loss in a row at home after starting 6-0 inside the Carrier Dome. They are 7-4 overall, and they will tell their story in the second hour of the broadcast. Also in the second hour, you will hear my signature segment with Coach Q, as we always do every Wednesday. We started it here in December. We're going to carry it through the season. Every single Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Coach Q joins me to give us an update on the Orange. They had a big-time win at home. They're going to be on the road for a while now, so hopefully you made it out to the game this past Monday at 11 a.m. right after wake-up call. The game was right there inside of the Carrier Dome at 11 a.m., so you listen and then you get to move forward. So definitely appreciate everything that Coach Q is doing. And again, like I said, they had a big-time victory over Niagara, and they will now head on to the road in the St. Pete shootout that they'll do right before Christmas, and then by the grace of God, they'll be able to be there for Christmas, which is a big thing. So very excited about this and the opportunity to have Coach Q on as always. So he will be joining us at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. So plenty of basketball talk this morning and plenty of girls basketball with Coach Q as well as the CNS Northstars. So let's take a step aside for a fast break. When I come back, you will hear from the CNS Northstars girls basketball team. Once again, Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Isabella Kingsley, Aniah Ingram, Brandi Feeney, and head coach Eric Smith of the CNS Northstars girls basketball team. Coming up right after this.
This is a wake-up call fast break.
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. He kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here, which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have in any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
I'm George Townsend of Honda City with some good advice when buying a new car. The true cost of owning a new car is determined by the appraised value when you trade it. No vehicle appraises higher than a Honda. Next, look for low APRs and deep discounts. You also want low maintenance costs and great fuel economy. That's why my advice to you is to buy a new Honda. Looking pre-owned, visit our Honda Certified Used Car Center. Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard, Liverpool, or HondaCity-CNY.com.
It would be a pity if you don't shop at Honda City.
For all of us that have always wanted our favorite restaurant to come to us, it's now a reality in Central New York with It's a Utica Thing, with Utica Pizza Company bringing their wonderful recipes that they've handed down through generations to you, to your event, to your business, to your home. It's a Utica Thing, proudly bringing Utica Pizza Company on wheels to your location. Call 315-738-8946. That's 315-738-8946 to bring Utica Pizza Company to your doorstep with It's a Utica Thing.
All right, we are here, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, monthly with CNS. We do a CNS show with the Northstars every single month here at Chick-fil-A Cicero. I'm very happy to have head coach of the CNS girls basketball team, Eric Smith, with me, as well as Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Isabella Kingsley, Aniah Ingram, and Brandi Feeney. The first segment of this show that we're going to have tonight, it's a little Christmas special that we have. We're going to talk about the basketball season, first few games so far. Then we'll have a rapid fire where I get to put each of these young ladies and coach on the hot seat. And in the final section of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora here at Chick-fil-A Cicero with the CNS girls basketball team, you will put me on the hot seat after that. So, with that being said, I'm going to start with you, Morgan, and ask you, I know you're just a few games in with this team, but just what you can say about the team chemistry so far and how the season started off.
I think our team chemistry...
Yeah, you just got to hold it like that.
Our team chemistry has definitely grown over the past 3 years. I know 3 years ago the team lost a lot, so we stepped into a new role, and everyone was brand new to it, so we just grew as a team. And this year has just been super fun because we've known each other. We just see that chemistry form on the court.
And when you see that chemistry on the court, like you said, you've known each other, what is it that's made this team so special with the group of young women that you have this year?
It's just special because no two people are alike on the team. We all have our different personalities, and they all come together just to create CNS girls basketball.
All right, Brandi, I'm going to ask you this now. Now, you're the only one on this panel that's been here before. What did you tell your team about what to expect?
I told them that you were going to ask them random questions at the end.
So I was going to ask some random questions. Do you remember any good ones that you guys got on me? The CNS always challenges me.
I know you asked us what our favorite reality TV show was, what our favorite superhero was, and like that.
All right, Coach, I'm going to go with you in this.
All right.
Do you have a favorite reality show?
I like Gold Rush. I watch that quite a bit. I like all the reality shows, but my kids have told me that they're fake.
That they're fake?
Yeah.
That Gold Rush is fake?
Well, all of them, in some capacity, are not true.
Everyone.
There is some element of a staging in each of them.
Yeah.
So,
if you could make a reality show, what would you make it about?
That's a very good question. I don't think I have that creative of a mind to come up with. What would I make it about? I don't know.
Basketball, maybe?
Probably not.
No? Hard Knocks at CNS, no?
That would be interesting.
Do that. Give it a thought.
I'll do that, yeah.
All right, tell me about the team this year. What makes this team special? I know you're a few games in, but what's special about this year's team and what you have moving forward?
They all work really hard, and they seem to like each other. And everything I've asked, they try, and they try really hard. It's been a fun group. I don't often say that I'm enjoying the season as it's going through, but I'm actually enjoying this one.
You say that you don't always say that you're enjoying the season, but you've had so much success. So what's making you enjoy this time around? Because you're a coach that's used to winning. You have a lot of success. So what's making you enjoy it this time?
Just the overall attitude of the team. I don't think the expectations were, many years ago the expectation was that you were going to win and you were going to win every single year. And it's we're playing the role of the underdog this year, which is kind of fun. I haven't done that in a very long time. So it's kind of a freewheeling, neat deal. But as we progress further and we're better and better, the underdog status is kind of disappearing, and we're kind of not believing that ourselves anymore. We believe we're the favorites. So, but that whole process is kind of fun.
Isabella, I want to ask you about this. The underdog transitioning to being the favorite. Have you felt both sides of this early on in the season, being an underdog and then also getting back to being that team to beat?
Yes.
Yes. Can you elaborate?
I think in the beginning of the season we all kind of knew that we were going to be the underdogs because last year with West Jenny in the sectional finals. And then when we played West Jenny a few days ago, we all got the feel for it, and that's going to be one of our most exciting games throughout the season.
When you go back to that West Jenny game, that overtime game that you had, what did that game teach you? What did you take away from it?
Honestly, that we can win. We just have to try our hardest and put all of our effort in to win.
And I'm going to ask you two questions. The first one is that Coach has ripped up one of my cards so he could throw it at you, so he's going to have to pay me for that one. But what can you say about Coach? What's your relationship like with Coach? How would you describe Eric Smith?
He's actually a great person to be around once you get to know him. He looks mean and stuff on the inside, but he's actually a pretty nice guy once you get to know him. He could be a jerk sometimes, but he means well.
Fair enough. Okay, Brandi, I'm going to ask you the same question. What could you tell me about Coach?
He's always doing what's best for the team, even if we don't see it at first. He always has the team in mind, and he always does things to push us to be our best and
So push you to be your best. Mackenzie, I want to ask you about Coach as well. What would be some words that would best describe Eric Smith?
Some words to best describe him would be...
Taking the cards away from you, this is not right.
Serious, because at times we can be very serious and mean business and know what's going on, but at the same time, the flip side of it, we can also have a lot of fun and joke around with each other.
Do you get the sense, he just said when have you joked around, so when does that happen? Or does it ever happen? Or has it happened one time since you've been at CNS?
When he's not around.
Happens occasionally before practice or after practice or on our trips that we take.
Is he ever involved, or is this when he leaves the gym?
No, he's involved.
He's involved?
Yeah.
Is he funny? Does his personality come out? He seems very mellow whenever I'm around him. Very mellow right now in this moment. Is there another side that you get to say?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
How would you describe that side?
Kind of sarcastic most of the time.
Okay. Is that a fair assessment, Coach? Are you the sarcastic kind of...
Sarcastic jerk? But she tell me sarcastic.
You also got some nice stuff. Brandi said some nice things about...
Say anything mean about anybody.
Well, before we go back to you, Coach, I'll ask Isabella what you would say about Coach. Then you can have a rebuttal, Coach.
Okay, from the outside, Coach, like, he doesn't, like, he's mellow, like you said. But like, when you start talking to him, like, he's very, like, confrontable. You can talk to him about stuff. But, yeah, you kind of have two personalities. Like, you're a little mellow, and then on the other side, like, during practice, you can go from either being a jerk and, like, telling us to get on the line to, like, laughing along with us. So it goes both ways.
Morgan, what would you say?
I would say Coach is hard to read sometimes because like he'll come into the gym and he'll have his serious face where like, oh crap, like he's mad, and then like we'll be warming up and then he'll just crack a joke and then he'll go back to just being serious. So it's like kind of hard to know how to act sometimes without getting him mad.
All right, Coach, I'm going to bring it back to you now. You have been a jerk. You've had a split personality. You have had sarcasm. You have been, they didn't say funny, but there's been a bunch of different words for you. What's your rebuttal for this?
I'll take all that. I think that's fairly honest. We talk about honesty, and that does sum me up. I don't like to play my cards, so there are some times that I like to be unpredictable. Just for the sheer fact of being unpredictable and not having them be able to know what's coming next.
What would be an example of the unpredictability of what you bring to practice?
Just kind of what they said is that one minute I could be making a joke and then the next minute could be screaming at the top of my lungs about something. So there's I guess I'm a pretty anal person, and I want things done a certain way, and I don't know, and sometimes the way I see it is not the way they see it.
Fair enough. Well, the way that they see it, they just described. I'm going to ask you to tell me a few words about each of these young ladies. I'm going to start with Aniah. What would you say about Aniah, Coach Smith, who with CNS girls basketball?
Aniah is probably the sweetest person I've ever met. She wouldn't hurt anything. I can yell at Aniah, and Aniah would never yell back. She just takes it and she's a very kind person. Drives me nuts at times because she kind of just happy-go-lucky at times, and lighting a fire sometimes is a challenge, but she's a sweet person.
Even though she called you a jerk.
Yeah, that's all right. It's true.
All right, Isabella. What would you say about Isabella?
Isabella's very quiet. I can't get Isabella to talk for more than 2 or 3 sentences at a time. Even when I'm yelling at her, she just looks at me. She never really even makes a face that you can... She's kind of like me, is that you can't really tell what she's thinking if she gives the same face all the time. Even when I try to get if she's angry, if she's sad, periodically I could get that, but a lot of times I can't.
So hard to read. What about Morgan?
Morgan's easy to read. Morgan. Morgan is very stubborn. Morgan is like me in that she wants things done her way, and is very opinionated about things. She doesn't openly say it, but she has those opinions. Like you can tell on her face. But that's what makes Morgan a competitor, because she has that attitude about her. So I do value that.
What about Mackenzie?
Mackenzie is a very driven person. Mackenzie is probably the most serious person when it comes down to it. She really, 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 really wants to succeed and do well, and puts all of her focus on that.
And Brandi, finally, what would you say about Brandi?
Brandi and Aniah are already just a kind, sweet person that is as honest as the day is long. If you want to find out the truth of something, ask Brandi, because Brandi can't lie. But Brandi is a great friend and great leader.
I want to go back to each of you before we finish out the first segment. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora here with CNS Girls Basketball, the Northstars at Chick-fil-A Cicero. Brandi, I'm going to go to you for this one. To be a North Star, what does it mean to have the coach that you have, to have the culture that you have, the team that you have? How would you describe being a part of this team?
It's really fun to be a part of this team. We all work really hard every day to make each other better because we all want to win, and the ultimate goal at the end is to win sectionals and beat West Jenny and not be that underdog anymore.
You talk about West Jenny. The last few seasons, they've been that counterpart to you. They've been that adversary. What have you taken away from those games?
That each game it's been close, and that we have to believe that we can beat them, and hopefully this year we will again.
Mackenzie, what would you say to me about being a North Star? What does it mean to you? What does this team and this atmosphere mean to you?
The atmosphere is just amazing because we all have each other's backs off the court as well as on the court, and it's more like being a family than being a team, so it's just a great place to play, great team, great coach.
Fair enough. Morgan, what would you say?
I'd say it's indescribable to be a North Star. Growing up, like, you've grown like through all these bonds. Like, I can't imagine going to any other school and being with any other team.
You couldn't imagine being with any other team?
Nope.
So when you were growing up and getting a feel for it, were you around the program? Did you have a connection to it before?
Yeah, my dad coaches soccer too, and he also coaches basketball at JD. So I've been through like both programs. I just can't picture myself being anywhere else except CNS.
So being a North Star, let it lead you home. Aniah, what would you say about being a North Star?
I would I would say we're a great team. Like, we get better and better every day, and we get closer each and every day. We talk to each other outside of basketball. That makes us closer, and I don't know. I don't know.
When you say we get closer every day, this team builds a deeper bond every day. What facilitates that? How does that happen?
Like, we text each other, and we just talk to each other in school, outside of school. Sometimes we hang out.
What's the hangout spot, or what do you guys try to do together? Is there something?
Tully's.
The Tully's. Okay, we're not going to mention that here at Chick-fil-A. But what else do you do?
We just hang out sometimes at each other's houses and stuff.
Who's got the best house atmosphere?
Bella or Jules. That was the spot last year.
Okay, who's making the food? Is it homemade food, ordering food? What's happening?
Morgan's mom's cookies were the best. And we order food, or their parents will make food.
So, Morgan, tell me about the cookies. What's mom making? We got to shout her out today.
Well, they're really big on the confetti cookies or the Rice Krispie treats. I don't know, my mom bakes a lot, but they like the basic cookies.
So the basic stuff, but for the whole team?
Yeah.
And they're the best. Would you say that everybody else is saying it? You would say it too?
Mrs. Siechen is a professional baker in the aspects that she'll bake Christmas cookies that their entire freezer is filled up with them, and you'd pay a lot of money for them because they're that good. Really,
I was going to say, are you
understating what she's talking about. She should have brought you some tonight.
Are you charging? Is Mom charging for these? Okay, good. She is. Is she getting top dollar for them? Running out of them?
She sells her Christmas cookies, but she just likes baking for the fun of it, so she'll bake a lot for the team, like after games or for trips. Like she baked for her Florida trip.
So now I feel bad that I don't have any here now, Coach.
You should.
I know about that, Morgan. We might get harder rapid fire questions. Isabella, what would you say about being a North Star?
Being a North Star is an amazing feeling. We grow a bond over the years with each other that's unbreakable. Like Aniah said, like we hang out outside of school. All of us talk every day. Like we're like family.
I'm going to keep it with you in this final part of portion 1 of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora here with CNS North Stars girls basketball team. I'm going to ask you to start off to tell me something good. Tell me, Isabella, something good about Aniah.
Aniah's a really great friend. She's funny and she's a good person to hang out with.
Aniah, return the favor. Tell me something good about Isabella.
She's independent and she's a nice, fun person to hang around. If you need anything, she's always there for you when you need it.
Fair enough. All right, Brandi. Tell me something good about Morgan.
Morgan's a great friend to have. She always has your back, and she's a great leader.
Morgan, tell me something good about Brandi.
Brandi is just overall like the person you can turn to for everything. Like I know, like being like co-captains, like I still always text her like when practice is because I know she always knows. Like she's always on top of everything.
All right, Mackenzie, we get Coach. Tell me something good about Coach.
Something good about Coach is he's always there for you no matter what, even if he doesn't show it all the time. And he can be very serious and he's very personable and he's just a great person to have in your life.
All right, Coach. Tell me something good about Mackenzie.
That's an easy one. Mackenzie is that person that you can count on as a coach. You know that Mackenzie is going to do everything that you ask and do it correctly, and is completely vested in what you're attempting to do. And she knows more useless information than any human being on the face of the earth.
Can you give an example?
You want to know? She could give you lots of it. She has more information.
Can you give me
animals.
some random thoughts?
Tell a corny joke.
No, random fact.
Goat pupils are rectangular.
What was that?
Goat pupils are rectangular.
Goat pupils?
Pupils.
Pupils. I was like, goat pupils. Goat pupils are rectangular?
Yep.
Why do you know that?
I don't know.
She just looks stuff up all the time?
No, I don't. I just know it.
You could fill your whole show with that type of stuff.
We should do the random moment of the week and just have you
she could do
come on the show and
every single week.
right in the morning, give us a random.
I could do it.
You can do it. Fair enough. That being said, for Morgan Siechen, for Mackenzie White, Isabella Kingsley, Aniah, Ingram, Brandi Feeney, Coach Eric Smith, CNS girls basketball for the North Stars. We're here at Chick-fil-A Cicero. Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. We're going to take a step aside for a minute. We'll come back with rapid fire. Each of you are going on the hot seat. Brandi, you know what this is like. You said it was fun, so apparently I did my job the first time around. We'll see what I could do this time around, and then you're going to be putting me on the hot seat after that. Coach, we're going to try and get you to smile. That's me. I'm going to do that. All right, we'll take a step aside. We'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for being here.
This is a wake-up call fast break.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or ice milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, Carvelanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
Clothing that will change with you without you having to change. DreisigLady.com, DREISSIG Lady.com. With the Bamboo line Relax Fit clothing as well as the Athletic Fit clothing, DreisigLady.com is fit for any woman, any time of the day, anywhere. Whatever you're doing, whatever your day commands of you, command yourself to feel comfortable in Dreisig Lady Apparel. DREISSIG Lady.com. For all the women out there, feel good in what you're wearing. And don't feel like you have to constantly change throughout the day. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a business owner, going for a jog, going for a meeting, or just relaxing at home, DreisigLady.com is the right fit for you. DREISSIG Lady.com.
Breaking news. The Press Room Pub, located on 220 Herald Place in historic Herald Square in downtown Syracuse, is where entertainment and sports become one. Trivia is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. with host Dan Tortora. Sports are always on from every angle at the Press Room Pub. The main floor features a full bar and restaurant with 2 private party rooms featuring games, a colossal television, and more. So head out for lunch, dinner, or a drink and plan your parties with the Press Room Pub, 220 Herald Place in downtown Syracuse. Call 315-569-4345 for more information. The Press Room awaits you.
This is Lawrence Papaleo, licensed real estate salesperson for Gilbo Realty. Call our home office at 315-752-9513, or better yet, call or text me directly at 315-748-2524.
Let me ask you a question, Lawrence. If I needed you to help me buy a house, find the right place, could you help me do that?
Joe, I'll help you find your dream home.
You don't ever say my name on the radio, never. If I needed to sell a house, could you help me go about that the right way?
Yes, I can.
How do they get a hold of you?
Call me directly at 315-748-2524.
But you also do the commercial property. So if I got a business, couple businesses, got to take one here, move it over there, do this, do that, are you going to help me buy and sell my commercial property also?
Yes, sir.
I like that. What's my name again?
I have no idea.
Absolutely, but they need to know your name, so give it one more time.
This is Lawrence Papaleo, licensed real estate salesperson for Gilbo Realty. My phone number is 315-748-2524.
Why don't you tell them your name one more time and that number so we can jot it down?
This is Lawrence Papaleo. Call me or text me directly at 315-748-2524.
All right, we're back here. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, live on location at Chick-fil-A Cicero. We're here with the CNS girls basketball team, and it's that part of the show where I get to do rapid fire. Morgan at Siechen, as well as Mackenzie White, Brandi, Feeney, Aniah, Ingram, Isabella, Kingsley, and head coach Eric Smith are here with me, and it is time for me to throw those questions at you in that rapid fire piece that we've been doing for years on Wake Up Call. I'm going to start with Morgan.
Oh, darn.
Tell me something your mother makes that you don't like.
Like cookies or
anything. Tell me something you're hoping that if she makes it and she goes, "How is it, honey?" You go, "Oh, it's so good," but it's really not something that you like.
a quesadilla.
Her quesadillas?
Yeah, they're not good.
Why are they not good?
Because she either burns them or it's not cooked enough. And you can't really mess up a quesadilla, but sometimes she does.
Okay, so she finds a way. All right, fair enough. Mackenzie, someone's going to play you in a movie. Give me the actress and tell me why.
Probably Melissa McCarthy.
Okay. Why Melissa McCarthy?
She's really funny and she can be serious at times, but other times she can be like super goofy and silly, and I think I'm that most of the time.
Do you have a favorite Melissa McCarthy movie?
Probably Spy.
Spy. All right, fair enough. Aniah, give me something on your bucket list that you think you can achieve within the next year. Could be anything.
To go out of the country.
To go out of the country?
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Probably the DR.
Okay. Why the Dominican Republic?
Because it looks nice and I've never been there, so I want to go.
All right, fair enough. Coach Eric Smith, if you had a choice to be a singer or a stand-up comedian, what would you be and why? And this is the one that you feel that you would be most successful at.
I'm not sure I'd be successful at either one, but I would be a singer. So I think singers make a whole lot of money.
Okay.
And they just sing. So comedians have to come up with all of these things and all the routines, and people are going to throw things at you. Singers, they just stand up there and
sing.
They travel around and they sing, and all these people follow them around, and that's what I would do.
What type of music would you sing?
Bad.
Do you have a genre?
No.
No?
I would try anything for a lot of money.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Isabella, what is one type of music, one genre of music, you wish was never created?
What was that? Screamo?
Screamo.
What is screamo? Just screaming?
Yeah,
just yelling.
understand it.
Okay, so screamo.
It's like the type of music, like you can't hear anything, it's just screaming, like people are like banging their heads.
Yeah, that's not, I can agree with that. All right, Brandi. What is one memory that you've always kept from your childhood?
When my entire family went to Florida when I was 7 years old and we got to rent a mansion.
Oh my god. Where was that? What part of Florida?
Near Disney, I think it was Orlando.
And you rented a mansion. That's insane. So,
Did they recreate this week? No.
Describe this mansion.
It looked like a castle and it was really big.
Were you staying in the castle at the Magic Kingdom? Is that?
I think there was 15 of us that stayed there. And we all had our own bedroom. And it had a pool and a hot tub. And it was only like, I think 30 minutes away from Disney. It was really nice.
Why did you come home?
I don't know, I was only 7, so I don't really remember.
You're only 7, okay, but you got to experience it. All right, Aniah. Now we're going to go with travel since you mentioned it before, but you got to pick a different place. It's a 3-part question. You can go anywhere in the world. Where do you go? You can take one person that you know, and you can take one celebrity. Where do you go? Who do you take that you know? And what celebrity do you take with you?
I would go to... That's a good question. I would go to Jamaica.
Okay.
And I would take my dad. And I'll take...
Did you meet Coach Smith?
I don't know. Celebrity?
Any celebrity.
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Can I tell people that he's my cousin?
Fair enough, you could use that. All right, Isabella. You're going to be on a reality show that's currently on television right now. What reality show do you choose to be on? And why?
I don't really watch a lot of TV, so it's like Survivors, a reality
Survivor's on there, yeah.
show. Then Survivors.
All right, why would you be on Survivor?
I've always wanted to do it and see if I can actually do it.
Okay, fair enough. Coach, I'm going back to you for this one. You like reality shows.
I do.
You mentioned reality shows.
Yes.
Put your top 3 in order of your favorites right now.
Right now, I like American Pickers.
Okay.
So I'd like to do that.
Right, I've seen that.
Gold Rush is probably one I watch now.
Okay.
Do they have to be ones that are actively going on?
Could be anything.
I'm not sure the name of it, but it happened several years ago. It was about civilians that took part in like Navy SEAL training, which I really liked.
So you do that too?
I'd like to try that.
Okay. If I would put you on any fake show, any drama or sitcom, what show would you go on?
I don't watch any sitcoms. I don't even know what shows are on nowadays.
Anyone in the past? Friends, Seinfeld, Boy Meets World, The Office, Family Matters, Full House.
Well, when I was a kid, it was like 90210, so back then I would go watch that.
90210?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be your pick. Alright, Brandi, I'm going to you on this one. What animal would best connect with you? What would be your spirit animal, so to speak, and why?
I would pick a tiger.
Okay.
Because I don't know, they're just like really strong and fast, and everyone's afraid of them.
Okay. Morgan, I'm gonna go to you on this one. All right, Morgan. Let's see here. What are the top 3 words you think the rest of the young women here would use to describe you?
Probably stubborn.
Okay.
Funny.
Okay.
I don't know.
What else would you say? Is there another word besides stubborn and funny? You can use a lifeline.
Mackenzie. Weird.
Weird. Okay. Mackenzie, I'm going to ask you the same question since you helped out on that one. What are 3 words that the team would describe
Weird.
you as?
3 words would probably be strange.
Okay.
Abnormal.
Funny and I don't know.
It's that 3rd one that's getting everybody.
Probably creative.
Creative. Who was the funniest person on the team?
I don't know, we're all pretty funny.
What did you guys say? Who's somebody that you picked?
Julia.
I was going to say Julia.
Julia. Okay. All right, fair enough. I'm going to ask you all one more, and then you can put me on the hot seat. Aniah, this is going to be your final one. Jimmer, how you doing? Shout out to Jimmer, owner-operator Chick-fil-A. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you all for coming in.
They're on the hot seat. They're putting me on the hot seat in a second.
That's the best part.
Yes. All right, Aniah. I asked you 2 travel questions, so we're going to mix it up here. If you could go to one concert and one concert only for the rest of your life, you had to see the same person or group for the rest of your life, who would you go to see and why?
NBA Youngboy.
Okay, why?
Because I like his songs, and I just know all the words to them, and then, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
An NBA Youngboy?
Yeah.
Morgan. What is a movie that you can watch on repeat for the rest of your life?
Trolls.
Trolls. That was extremely easy for you. Why Trolls?
It just never gets boring. Like you could keep watching it over and over and you find something new every time.
Okay. All right. Mackenzie's nodding here. Would you agree? Trolls is good? Okay. The final one for you, Mackenzie, is... What is one dream you've had since you were little?
Oh, God. I'm so scared.
One dream I've had since I was little was to go into space.
Okay. Will you do it? Will you go into space?
I hope so.
Okay. How would you like to go into space? Inside of a capsule? You want to just be sent out there by yourself?
Yeah. Just so I can float around.
Just want to float in space?
Yeah.
How are they going to get you back home?
Well, I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. So they got maybe a long cord?
Yeah.
They can
send somebody up to get me.
Send somebody up to get you. Okay, so you'll be in orbit for a while until they come get you.
Yep.
Fair enough. All right, Brandi, I'm going to go to you on this one. What place can you always go to that you feel is like that place of serenity for you? Somewhere you can go to, whether it's a vacation place or a place here. What's the place that you can just kind of go and turn the world off for a second?
A softball field.
A softball field, okay. Why so?
Because it's my favorite thing to do. And whenever I get mad, I just go and start hitting because it calms me down.
And how often? Has it always worked for you?
Yeah.
It's always worked, the softball field. Okay, I like that answer. Isabella. We can name a movie after you. What do we name the movie?
Flips and Tricks.
What is it?
Flips and Tricks.
Flips and Tricks, why?
Because me and Mackenzie, ever since we were younger, we would do like random flips and tricks, like with just our bodies. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'll hold out my arm and Z can do a flip over it and like random stuff like that.
Does this happen all the time?
Whenever we have a free minute.
Okay. Whenever you have a free moment.
Yeah.
When did you figure out that you could be successful in doing these crazy things?
Well, we would kind of just see like a video of someone doing it, and then we'd try it, and it would work. So we'd look up more videos and keep trying different things.
Okay. Isabella, what's the craziest thing that you guys have done in flips and tricks?
Me and Mackenzie can do a two-person cartwheel where like I hold on to her legs and she just like flips me over, and then I do the same thing to her, and we can go like on and on and on.
Do you guys do this in like grass or something soft, or is this like anywhere?
Wherever.
Wherever. So you can do that here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my god. Okay. Do you guys have videos of this? Do you guys record this? You should. You should have like a YouTube channel, I think. Maybe you could monetize it. Do you?
No, but we have lots of videos.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Coach. My final one for you. What are 3 things that make you smile? I promised we would make you smile, so now I want to know.
Sad to say, I don't know if they're... I don't smile very often, so...
There's got to be 3 things that are happy for you. Positive things. You woke up today, you're sitting next to me, you have a team that you like.
2 out of the 3.
Well, just because you don't like the team, it's not my problem.
I do. This year's team does make me smile. I do. If we continue with the basketball, when we're demoralizing a team, that does make me smile.
Okay.
And my family makes me smile periodically.
Okay, fair enough. With that happy note, Eric Smith. For Eric Smith, as well as Isabella, Aniah, Brandi, Mackenzie, and Morgan, myself, Dan Tortora, we'll take a quick step aside here. We'll give you a couple minutes to get your questions ready, and we will finish this up with a rapid fire where I am on the hot seat and I have to answer from these young ladies as well as from Coach.
This is a wake-up call, fast break.
Utica Pizza Company spells family. Your family, my family, their family. The recipes that they have shared with each other throughout the years and have now been so gracious to share them with us. I can sit here and talk with you about all the great things that are on the menu, but we'd be here forever. So let me say this. Utica Pizza Company is second to none. And now you can bring it home with you and you can dine in the restaurant. UticaPizzaCompany.com will give you all the information that you need. And let me say, these Utica greens, they're the best. Utica Pizza Company. Call them and place your order at 315-214-3060. That's 315-214-3060. Families break bread at Utica Pizza Company.
Gear up with the real deal at Dry-Sig Apparel, creating what people are going to see and learn about you before they even meet you. Gear up for what you need for your team, business, or event. So look professional, look good, and feel good. Outfit yourself at DrySigApparel.com. That's DREISSIG Apparel.com. The only place to gear up with the real deal. What's the universal language of a fan? Clapping your hands. With Fan Hands, the ultimate sports fan accessory, find your team color, slip them on, and start cheering on your favorite team with 11 different colors, always in stock on fanhands.com, where you'll find the ultimate sports fan accessory. Real fans wear Fan Hands.
Get Hilton quality service at the most affordable price at True by Hilton Camillus, located right next to Costco in Township 5. True by Hilton Camillus offers you their signature sport court where you can enjoy basketball, volleyball, pickleball, soccer, lacrosse, and more year-round in their indoor facility. For reservations and information, call 315-314-8676. That's 315-314-8676. True by Hilton Camillus. Hilton quality service at the most affordable price.
All right, we're back here for the final piece of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora live on location. It is a night with the Northstars, CNS Northstars girls basketball team here at Chick-fil-A Cicero. We're here with CNS every single month. We've featured so many different teams. We've also featured, and Brandi, you were a part of this, we featured kind of a mashup of different student athletes from different places. We had Tim Bednarski, the AD, has been here before, and right here we're with the girls basketball team, Morgan Siechen, as well as Mackenzie White, Isabella Kingsley, Aniah Ingram, Brandi Feeney, head coach Eric Smith, myself, Dan Tortora. This is the final piece where I put myself on the hot seat. I don't know any other broadcasters that turn the mic on themselves, but fair is fair. And Aniah, you didn't want to go first when I was putting you on the hot seat, but now that you're putting me on the hot seat, I'll let you go first. What do you got for me?
If you were a DJ, what would your name be?
This is easy because I was a DJ in college. It was DJ Iceman, and it was because of the X-Men character. And I actually had a mug that had icicles on it, so it was pretty cool. So yeah, DJ Iceman. All right, Isabella, what's yours for me?
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
What superpower? Oh boy. Teleportation, so I could go anywhere I want to go. And I would go to Italy and Spain to visit my family. And apparently we may have family, we just found out, from Egypt, because we're from southern Italy and they cross. So our family name showed up in Egypt. So I would go to Italy, Spain, and Egypt to see my family, and or at least get the roots. And I would also want the gift of flight because I love to fly. And I've been on 4 planes in the last 24 hours, so I do like to fly. All right, Coach, what's your first one for me?
Who was your worst interview ever?
Besides you? No, I'm kidding.
Yes,
I'm kidding.
We knew that going in.
I'm kidding. No, Coach is awesome. And all jokes aside, I do appreciate everything you've done for CNS over the years. And I know that I've had a family connection to that, and I appreciate that. So my worst interview ever, the New York Jets, it would be when they were in Cortland. They had a lot of guys who thought that they had won the Super Bowl, a lot of egos on the team. And I would say that Antonio Cromartie, who would make fun of people's T-shirts and style and stuff that they wore in the media, he has 12 children from 11 different women, and he can't name all of his children. So I'm going to say Antonio's probably in worse shape than I am if I'm wearing a shirt he doesn't like. So I would say Antonio, shout out to you, and Bart Scott, who was just mean one day, but then when I saw him a few years later, he was nice, just having a bad day. But I've had over 1,000 people on the show, and I would venture to say that just a couple Jets were the bad ones. So, all right, Brandi, what's your first one?
If you could have any exotic animal as a pet, what would it be?
Any exotic, what was that?
If you could have any exotic animal as a pet, what would it be?
Oh man, a jaguar. Definitely a jaguar. Or I want to pick something else. A jaguar, or what else would I have? An exotic animal. This is tough. Maybe a Komodo dragon. I would do that. I think those are the ones that have like the rainbow tongues or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. All right, Morgan.
If animals could talk, in your opinion, what one would sound the rudest?
A cat. Definitely a cat. Definitely a cat. I'm sorry to the cat people. Are you a cat person, Morgan? No. Okay. Mackenzie, what do you got for me?
Would you rather have 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
One horse-sized duck.
Why?
Because I could ride on it into the water, and I wouldn't have to need a blow-up duck because I'd have my own duck. And I don't know. I wouldn't want to have. What was the other one? 100 duck-sized horses. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So I just have the one. All right, Aniah, what's your second one for me?
If you were able to change your name, what would you change it to?
Oh boy. If I was able to change my name, what would I change it to? I like my name. I like Dan. I would. Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe. I'm trying to think of a good one. I'm trying to think of something cool. What would it be? Jeez, I don't even know. This is really tough. What would I change my name to? I don't know. Maybe Corey, because I'm a big Boy Meets World fan. So I'll say Corey or Eric, because they were brothers in the show. So, all right, Coach, what do you have for me? What's your second one?
What family member do you dislike the most?
All of these wonderful. Right before Christmas. What family member do I dislike the most?
Yes.
There's 3. And they know who they are. They came to my, I had a big event 4.5 years ago. We had a big family event. And they kind of decided to show their true colors at that event, and they've remained the same since then. So, and I try to, send a nice message. I put out, I sent out a message, said I love you all, and I got nothing back. So, family doesn't have to be blood in their case anymore. So, shout out to them. Yay. All right, Mackenzie, what's your second one for me?
Would you rather have no neck or 2 different sized legs?
Are you texting Connor Hayes right now?
No.
You're not?
No.
Okay. Would I rather have no neck or what?
2 different sized legs.
Oh, what the heck? I don't know. Paul Postlesny had no neck, and it's because he was like really big. He's a bodybuilder, so I guess I would go with no neck. That's okay. All right, Isabella, what's your second one for me?
If you could see only one color for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh boy. I could say a prism, because then I'd see all colors.
It has to be one.
It's got to be one color. Jeez. Probably red-orange. I love that color. Like when trees in the fall turn and they get that like reddish orange, like that deep color. That's my favorite one, so I'd probably say that color, I guess. And it would look like a sunset and a sunrise at the same time. All right, Morgan, what do you have?
If your 5-year-old self took over your body right now, what would be the first thing you would do?
If my 5-year-old self took over my body, he would... what would he do? He would probably do flips and tricks, or yeah, right? That's what he would do. He really would, though. So yeah, I'd give it up to my 5-year-old self. I'm always going to be a child, so I don't think my 5-year-old self ever really left, because I'd still want to, when I go to Disney, I run around like a kid. I mean, that's just how I am. And the beach does that too. All right, Brandi, what's your second one for me?
If you could live with any celebrity, who would it be and why?
Never a Kardashian. Ever a Kardashian. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't happen. So, and that includes you, Kanye West. But who would I live with, a celebrity? I have a few. If he was still alive, it would be Robin Williams, without a doubt. But I would say Robert De Niro, I'd live with Robert De Niro. I'd live with Joe Pesci from Home Alone. Definitely have to live with Joe. That's what I live with. Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. There's a lot of comedians. Get along Jim Gaffigan, Brian Regan. I could live with any of them. I'd probably say that. All right, Aniah, what's your final one for me?
If you're about to get into a fight, what song would be on your soundtrack?
I'm about to get into a fight. What song would be on my soundtrack? Eye of the Tiger would be one. There's one that I'm thinking of right now. I'll Remember the Name by Fort Minor. Came out a few years back. That's a good song. That would probably be the song that would get me ready for a game. So I would say yeah, we'll go with that. Something like that. All right, Isabella, what's your last one for me?
Would you rather have to eat your favorite food once a day for the rest of your life or never eat it again?
Oh boy. Well, I'd rather have to eat my favorite food once a day for the rest of my life or never eat it again. Well, I really like Chick-fil-A. So I'm going to say Chick-fil-A would be worth eating once a day. So yeah, I would eat it once a day. Because I don't have to eat it on Sundays. I get a break. All right, Morgan, what's your final one?
If you could move one body part on your body to a different location, what would it be and where would you put it?
Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. I guess I'd move my shoulder blades, see where they can go. I don't know, something like that. I have no idea. Maybe up higher. Maybe it looks like I got wings. I don't know. Do something like that. I'm not sure.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's a good one. Eric had a good answer. Move your eye to your back of your head. Darn it. All right, Mackenzie, what's your final one?
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do?
If I won the lottery, what's the first thing I would do? I would pay off all my debt, which I don't have a ton, thank God. But I would pay that off, and it's something I've said before. I would make sure my mom is all set up. Take care of my mom. So that's what I would do. I'd probably take care of her and then myself because that's how I am and that's how she is. But that's what I would do. All right, Brandi. You got a final one.
If you could be any Disney character, who would you be?
Timon from The Lion King because he's awesome. Or Simba. I like The Lion King a lot. Or... This is tough. I like those two, but I'm trying to pick one more. None of the princes, they're kind of boring. I would be the Beast, but I wouldn't stay the Beast. Because when the Beast at the end turns into that guy, he just looks like any other guy. He looks like Fabio. It's stupid. You know, you want to stay the Beast. So, I would stay the Beast. All right, Coach, you have one more question. What is it?
Well, and I was pretty negative in the other two. So we'll go with, the thing you're most thankful for in this world. We'll end on a positive, happy note this Christmas season.
Christmas season. The thing I'm most thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for that I get to do what I love every single day. I don't feel like I work ever. I had told you when we were taking a break that I got on a plane yesterday. I got up yesterday at 4. I got on a plane at 6. I flew down to Jacksonville, went to the Jacksonville Jaguars game, covered the game, interviewed the players, went and saw my family, had an early Christmas in St. Augustine, Florida. Flew back today, got up at 4:40 in the morning just so I could be here 5 hours later to hang out with all of you. So I get to live the life that, I wanted to live. And I get to be all over the place, and I get to meet people from all over the world. So I would say I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for my family. And in a year that's been a very trying time, I'm thankful that I believe in something bigger than me that's been taking care of me. So that's what I would say. With that being said, for Coach Eric Smith as well as Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Brandi Feeney, Aniah Ingram, Isabella Kingsley, and myself, Dan Tortora, this is Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. CNS Northstars girls basketball team. I know it's early in the season, but God bless. I'm not going to say good luck. I'm going to say God bless and keep working hard, and you will have a tremendous season. Look forward to seeing you over at CNS, and I look forward to everybody here and that comes into Chick-fil-A for going right down the road and supporting the CNS Northstars. And we thank Chick-fil-A Cicero, Jim Sikowski, and the entire team, as always, for having us every single month. So thank you to each of you, and thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
This is a wake-up call, fast break.
Having peace of mind when you're out of town that your furry-loving friend is safe and sound means taking them to Canine Campground, because we all know that when it comes to the love of our pets, it goes well beyond the call of duty to make sure they're safe and sound. Right, Lily? So take a ride to 242 Johnson Street in East Syracuse, New York, and see Canine Campground and where your dog will be staying in the classic cabin, the executive cabin, the grand cabin, or of course the luxury cabin, because if you know Lily, you know she loves luxury. Now you don't have to wait to the last minute to find a family member or a friend that'll take your dog for a few days. Call Canine Campground at 315-299-4013. That's 315-299-4013. Their drop-off and pickup times are Monday through Sunday. Check K9campground.com for more information. That's the letter K, the number 9, and campground spelled with a K.com. K9campground.com.
When you're going out of town, bring your dog to Canine Campground.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant. Consistency is, well, consistently hard to find, unless you head to 119 East 2nd Street in East Syracuse, New York, the home of the Pen and Trophy Center, who has been serving us Central and Upstate New Yorkers, as well as beyond, for decades. The Pen and Trophy Center on 119 East 2nd Street in East Syracuse, New York, gives you an amazing and unique way to customize a memory today. Say it with the Pen and Trophy Center. Be it an Employee of the Month award, a sports award, something for your business, engraving for your family, your loved ones, anniversaries, birthday parties, and so much more, including remembering somebody who served in the military. Say it with the Pen and Trophy Center. 119 East 2nd Street in East Syracuse, New York. The definition of consistency is pen and trophy. Browse their products on penandtrophy.com. That's penandtrophy.com, and call them for more information at 315-422-8797. That's 315-422-8797.
Get Hilton quality service at the most affordable price at True by Hilton Camillus, located right next to Costco in Township 5. True by Hilton Camillus offers you their signature Top It breakfast bar with over 30 different toppings to personalize the most important meal of the day, all complimentary with your stay. For reservations and information, call 315-314-8676. That's 315-314-8676. True by Hilton Camillus. Hilton quality service at the most affordable price.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. I want to put a special thank you out to the CNS Northstars girls basketball team. Once again, head coach Eric Smith, as well as Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Brandi, Feeney, Aniah, Ingram. Want to thank everybody for being a part of the show, and Isabella Kingsley as well for being on the broadcast. We love being at Chick-fil-A every single month. Every single month of the year at Chick-fil-A Cicero, I do a special with CNS Northstars Athletics, thanks to Athletics Director Tim Bednarski and all the coaches and all the players that we have had. We have had teams there with their coaches. We've had mashups. We've had head-to-head rivalry mashup broadcasts and whatnot with CNS and CBA, and it's honestly been a tremendous experience at Chick-fil-A Cicero. They care about God, they care about faith, they care about being good to people and doing things right the first time and every time. So, I want to thank Jimmer Sikowski. I want to thank Chick-fil-A. I want to thank everybody involved for making it such a pleasant and amazing experience. I wanted to work with Chick-fil-A forever and a day. And I had the great opportunity of meeting Jimmer before they open, and to starting that relationship and building that relationship with him over time, and ultimately to get us to where we are today. So I want to thank Jimmer Sikowski for everything that he's done, and I want to thank him for making it a point to work with me and seeing what I'm about and what I stand for, and giving me the opportunity to be a part of his journey and a part of the work that he is doing, because it is definitely a parallel to me, and I feel that working with people like Jimmer Sikowski only make me a better person, and hopefully I can give that back to him as well. So thank you to Jimmer, and thank you to Chick-fil-A and the entire team at Chick-fil-A Cicero on 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, New York. I would tell you to go over there and get some food and enjoy it. I don't feel like I have to, but you should. And if you haven't, you should. And if you have, you should go back. I think it's self-explanatory. Their customer service, the taste of their food, the overall experience is worth coming back to every single time. So big thank you to everybody at Chick-fil-A Cicero and Jimmer Sikowski, as well as Tim Bednarski of CNS Northstars Athletics, the director of athletics over there, Tim Bednarski, and all of the coaches and all the players, including today's special, and a thanks to CNS Girls Basketball, who is a strong team and a team that has had a ton of success. Brianna Stewart obviously was a part of it. My cousin Sammy was a part of the program as well when she was a dual athlete playing lacrosse and basketball at CNS. So big time connection for me, a connection with Brianna Stewart, who has been a wonderful representation of America, Team USA, a phenomenal representation of hard work and determination at UConn, 4-time champion in 4 years, and then doing everything that she's done in Seattle, and so on and so forth. She is a tremendous athlete and a tremendous person. From everybody that I know that is close to her, I haven't had the blessing and the privilege to really get to know her and be close with her, up to this point. But I hope that time is coming, and I hope that opportunity presents itself, because I would take it in a heartbeat and love to sit down with her and speak with her, because I have a tremendous amount of respect for her and for everything she's doing. So thank you to Brianna Stewart for all she's done, and to the CNS girls basketball program and their head coach, Eric Smith, and current players and everybody on the team now, including Morgan Siechen, Mackenzie White, Brandi Feeney, Isabella Kingsley, and Aniah Ingram for being a part of the special that you just heard. In the second hour of the show, we're going to get into SU men's and women's basketball. Coach Q is with us every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Today is no different. He'll be joining us in just a little bit here on the broadcast, and he will be discussing the team's recent success and the fact that this team has put up, speaking of Syracuse women's basketball, has put up almost 100 points in each of their last 3 games. After losing to Minnesota, they have put their foot on the gas pedal and have not taken it off, obviously trying to make a statement here and going up against Towson, Maryland Eastern Shore, and most recently Niagara, and taking care of business the way that they have. and having these victories that are 40-plus points in each of the games and scoring at least 90 or more in each of these games as well. So they've been pouring it on, they've been attacking, they've been getting after it, and Coach is going to attack the airwaves at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And within this second hour of the show, I'm also going to be featuring the Syracuse Orange men's basketball team, and you'll hear what they had to say coming off of their second loss in a row at home, and this one coming to a very strong Buffalo team. In the past, Syracuse fans would see Buffalo on the docket. They would see that on the schedule and say, okay, well, that's a victory. Well, Buffalo's gotten better, and so has St. Bonnie's. Both of these teams are recruiting well. Both of these teams are, obviously keeping their seniors they're keeping people in the program, and so they have seniors and they have that success. Buffalo is full of seniors on their team, and the Buffalo Bulls were able to get the victory. And I want to go over the game a little bit here with you this morning before we jump into what happened, or before we jumped into the conversations, I should say, that I had with the players following the game. So Buffalo remains unbeaten, handing Syracuse their second loss at home. The Syracuse Orange played host to the Buffalo Bulls a week before Christmas on December 18th inside the Dome. With fan bases close to one another, with I-90 connecting them, the Dome had cheers and boos that would confuse the common game-goer, with Buffalo hopeful traveling very well for this throughway rivalry. It would confuse me at times when you would hear cheers when Syracuse would turn the ball over, but that's because there were so many Buffalo fans in the building all over the place. They had literally infected the Syracuse Orange crowd areas. There was the typical place where they are, then they were right behind where press row is, then they were right courtside as well. They were all over the place paying big-time money to get those seats that are all over the Dome and right up against the Buffalo fans as well, the Syracuse fans, I should say, as well, right there on courtside. The Bulls came in better than the Orange overall this time around, with the Bulls at 10-0 and the Orange at 7-3. The Orange coming off their first loss at home, where they fell to the visiting Old Dominion Monarchs a game ago. Buffalo entered ranked 14th in the AP and 15th in the coaches' poll, while Syracuse was left off of both polls. In the first half, Syracuse never trailed once in 20 minutes of play. The Orange led the Bulls in the paint 18 points to 10, but the Bulls led the charge in fast break points 11-2 and points from their bench 11-5. Syracuse outshot Buffalo in the first half 57.1% to 35.5%. Doing more from the inside, as aforementioned, with both teams combining to go 6 for 24 from three-point range in the opening half. Senior point guard Frank Howard was the lone Orange member in double figures at the end of the first half, with 10 points on 4 for 7 shooting, including 2 for 3 from long range. Bulls senior guard Jeremy Harris was atop all scorers on both teams with 11 points in the first half, going 4 for 9 from the field, 3 for 3 inside the arc, and 1 for 6 from the outside. Syracuse's largest lead came with 9:29 before the break, ahead by 9 off of a dunk by junior shooting guard Tyus Battle that would place them ahead by the score of 20-11. At the half, the Orange were ahead by 4 in a closely contested matchup, 36-32. But again, Buffalo had never led in the first half. Back-to-back threes from Howard and redshirt junior guard forward Elijah Hughes would get the Orange 2 possessions of separation, 44-39, inside 15 minutes to play in the game. Another shot from beyond the arc by Hughes elevated the Orange back to a 2-possession lead, 48-42. With 9:40 to play, the Bulls would take their first lead of the entire game, up 50-48 off of a three-pointer by Harris on an 8-0 team run. True freshman point guard Jalen Carey would respond at the rim to tie the game at 50 apiece, but senior guard C.J. Massenberg would knock down a three immediately, moving Buffalo back ahead, now 53-50. After a turnover by Carey, Battle would connect on his own deep shot to tie the matchup, once again at 53 apiece. Off of a missed three by Harris, junior guard Devontae Jordan would gain the offensive rebound among 2 Orange players and put it up at the rim, giving the Bulls a 55-53 lead. He was among the trees, yet he got the rebound and had the wherewithal on when to jump and when to release at the rim. Massenberg would attack the paint from there, putting his body into Hughes and connecting off of the glass, plus the following free throw to extend Buffalo to a 58-53 lead. Sophomore forward O'Shea Brissett's jumper with 6:15 to go would shorten the Bulls' lead to one possession, 58-55. Senior guard Dante Carruthers fouled out with 4:25 to play, placing Battle on the line, where Battle would go 2 for 2 to make it a 2-point deficit for the Orange, 59-57. After sophomore forward Marek Dolezaj missed the front end of his one-on-one opportunity, Jordan came back and nailed a deep shot to extend the Bulls' advantage out to 62-57. The Orange allowed an offensive rebound to the Bulls, with senior forward Nick Perkins pulling it down in the paint, leading to a layup by Massenberg to move the Bulls out to a 64-57 advantage with 2:34 to go. Brissett would miss 2 free throws, putting Syracuse at 5 for 13 from the charity stripe with 2:23 left in the game clock. The Orange missing 8 free throws and being down by 7. If it feels like that's something that you felt before with the Orange, that's because it has been, with Syracuse in the last game missing 12 free throws and losing by 6. Massenberg would come right down the court and cash in from beyond the arc to give the Bulls a double-digit lead for the first time in the game, ahead 67-57. Of his 25 total points, Massenberg scored 19 of his total in the second half. With under 2 minutes to go, Buffalo had out-rebounded Syracuse 44-33 overall, with twice as many offensive rebounds as the Orange, 18-9. Massenberg led all Buffalo players and everyone from both teams with 25 points. Harris fouled with 18, and Jordan and Perkins each had 10 for the Bulls. 4 Syracuse players closed the game in double figures. Hughes with 16, Howard with 13, Battle with 11, Brissett with 10. After scoring 10 in the first half, Howard would amount a mere 3 in the second. After going 4 for 4 from the free throw line to end the contest, the Bulls would run the clock out on the Orange, sending the Orange their second straight loss at home. Syracuse was 6-0 in the Dome before this 2-game losing streak to Old Dominion and now Buffalo. Buffalo remains undefeated at 11-0, while the Orange fall to 7-4. Definitely not what fans expect in a Syracuse-Buffalo game. That Buffalo is ranked in the top 15, let alone the top 25, and that Buffalo's unbeaten and they take down Syracuse. We'll take a step aside. We'll come back with the players in just a moment.
This is a wake-up call. Fast break.
Breaking news. The Press Room Pub, located on 220 Harold Place in historic Harold Square in downtown Syracuse, is where entertainment and sports become one. Trivia is every Tuesday at 7 p.m. with host Dan Tortora. Sports are always on from every angle at the Press Room Pub. The main floor features a full bar and restaurant with 2 private party rooms featuring games, a colossal television, and more. So head out for lunch, dinner, or a drink and plan your parties with the Press Room Pub, 220 Harold Place in downtown Syracuse. Call 315-569-4345 for more information. The Press Room awaits you.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or iced milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, carvalanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
Clothing that will change with you without you having to change. DrySigLady.com, DREISSIG Lady.com. With the Bamboo line Relax Fit clothing as well as the Athletic Fit clothing, DrySigLady.com is fit for any woman, any time of the day, anywhere. Whatever you're doing, whatever your day commands of you, command yourself to feel comfortable in Drysig Lady Apparel. DREISSIG Lady.com. For all the women out there, feel good in what you're wearing. And don't feel like you have to constantly change throughout the day. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a business owner, going for a jog, going for a meeting, or just relaxing at home. DrySigLady.com is the right fit for you. DREISSIG lady.com.
This is Lawrence Papaleo, licensed real estate salesperson for Gilbo Realty. Call our home office at 315-752-9513, or better yet, call or text me directly at 315-748-2524.
Let me ask you a question, Lawrence. If I needed you to help me buy a house, find the right place, could you help me do that?
Joe, I'll help you find your dream home.
You don't ever say my name on the radio, never. If I needed to sell a house, could you help me go about that the right way?
Yes, I can.
How do they get a hold of you?
Call me directly at 315-748-2524.
But you also do the commercial property. So if I got a business, couple businesses, gotta take one here, move it over there, do this, do that, are you gonna help me buy and sell my commercial property also?
Yes, sir.
I like that. What's my name again?
I have no idea.
Absolutely, but they need to know your name, so give it one more time.
This is Lawrence Papaleo, licensed real estate salesperson for Gilbo Realty. My phone number is 315-748-2524.
Why don't you tell them your name one more time and that number so we can jot it down?
This is Lawrence Papaleo. Call me or text me directly at 315-748-2524.
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. He kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here, which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have in any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Proud to be here with you every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. You want to make sure that you become a member because members have privileges. Members can chat with us in the live chat room during the broadcast, and members get emailed every single time the show goes live, so you get a little alert onto your phone that says that you are all set and ready to go. All you have to do is, as soon as we go live, as soon as I hit the button in the studio and we go live, you will get a reminder sent to your email. Would you like to listen? You click yes, and before you know it, you're hanging out with us right here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. So thank you to all of our members. If you have not become one, make sure that you do so right now. It's free, it's easy, and it takes just a couple seconds. So thank you to everybody that has, and I appreciate you tremendously, and I thank you for your time and being a part of the show. At this point in the broadcast, right before we get Coach Q on, I wanted to get to Tyus Battle and Frank Howard, the veterans on this team. The team is struggling right now. They look like they don't have the will to win, and it just doesn't seem to be like there's much fight in the team. So you go to the leadership of the team, you ask them what their thoughts are. So I'll start with Tyus Battle. I spoke with him about practice because Jim Boeheim said that he's not seeing out of the team what he wants to see. He's expecting them to be better. He doesn't think they're playing well right now at all. And he said they had two of their worst practices right before this game against Buffalo. I asked Tyus about that. That's what Tyus had to say.
I mean, we just have to come in ready to go. I mean, every time, it doesn't matter if it's practice or a game. I mean, practices lead up to a game, so if we have bad practices, I mean, that translates on the way we play out there.
Is it a focus thing? What would you say it is?
I don't know. Personally, I come in trying to be ready to go and having a good practice. And so, I mean, we'll figure it out.
That coming once again from Tyus Battle. Tyus, not saying much, that they'll get it figured out. Well, this team seems to not have a collective psyche, doesn't seem to have the will to win, the drive to win. It looks like a team that's just kind of disjointed and confused. And they're going to have to fix that, obviously, if they want to move forward and have success. Frank Howard is up next. I asked him as a leader on the team, even though he's not 100%, Jim said you can't put much on Frank Howard because he's not 100% healthy. But I asked Frank how much he puts on himself as the leader, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I look at, me personally, it's kind of something I try not to, look at but I feel like it's my fault, as his leader, you want to take that responsibility, but, we got to look at the reality, and the reality is it is on me, it is on on all of us, and we all got to be better, each player, but, me and Coach talk a lot, and I'm not where I want to be, but I'm very close, and I'm getting there. And if I'm better in these games, I feel like we win, basically.
That once again, Frank Howard of the Syracuse Orange, and what he puts on him as he wants this team to improve and get better and find their success. We're going to take a very quick step aside here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. When I come back, I will be joined by Coach Q. He is with us every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to start a couple minutes back here today. Very excited to have Coach Q, head coach of the Syracuse Orange women's basketball team. The team is 9-2 and having success. They played their last game at home that they'll play in a while against Niagara, and they will be on the road in the St. Pete Shootout on December 21st and 22nd down in St. Petersburg, Florida, my favorite beach that I've ever been to. So, with that being said, let's take a fast break. We'll come back with Coach Q and women's basketball in just a moment.
This is a wake-up call fast break.
Get Hilton quality service at the most affordable price at True by Hilton Camillus, located right next to Costco in Township 5. True by Hilton Camillus offers you their signature sport court where you can enjoy basketball, volleyball, pickleball, soccer, lacrosse, and more year-round in their indoor facility. For reservations and information, call 315-314-8676. That's 315-314-8676. True by Hilton Camillus. Hilton quality service at the most affordable price.
Gear up with the real deal at Dreisig Apparel, creating what people are going to see and learn about you before they even meet you. Gear up for what you need for your team, business, or event. To look professional, look good, and feel good, outfit yourself at DreisigApparel.com. That's DREISSIG apparel.com. The only place to gear up with the real deal. What's the universal language of a fan? Clapping your hands. With Fan Hands, the ultimate sports fan accessory, find your team color, slip them on, and start cheering on your favorite team with 11 different colors, always in stock on fanhands.com, where you'll find the ultimate sports fan accessory. Real fans wear Fan Hands.
Utica Pizza Company spells family. Your family, my family, their family. The recipes that they have shared with each other throughout the years and have now been so gracious to share them with us. I can sit here and talk with you about all the great things that are on the menu. We'd be here forever. So let me say this. Utica Pizza Company is second to none. And now you can bring it home with you and you can dine in the restaurant. UticaPizzaCompany.com will give you all the information that you need. And let me say, these Utica greens, They're the best. Utica Pizza Company. Call them and place your order at 315-214-3060. That's 315-214-3060. Families break bread at Utica Pizza Company.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. We're here, as always, every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, featuring Coach Q, Quentin Hillsman of Syracuse Orange women's basketball, their head coach in a very successful season, starting off early on here and coming off of a successful first show that we had at the Press Room Pub on Saturday, December 15th. So with that being said, Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Doing very well. And Coach, first and foremost, just what your experience was at the press room. It was your first time there, first time getting the food. What can you say about your experience over at the press room?
An amazing venue. Loved the place. I had never been there before. Kind of went past it and probably borrowed their parking lot once or twice there. But I can tell you right now, a fantastic place. The service was great. The wings were A1. Dan, you were the man. So what else we asked for? We had a great time.
Yeah, we definitely had a very good time, and not only, did we get to be there, but Cedric got to be there too, your director of ops, and just what you can say about, what he's meant to you and what he's meant to the program. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I want to shout him out here this morning.
Yeah, it's no question. When you have great influences and you have things that make it work and just make it right, you always have to give credit where credit is due, and that's what we did, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
When you look at this team and you look at where things are at right now, you had one more game at home before you head down to Florida. You faced Niagara. It was 11 a.m. game. It was school day. Just what you can say about the experience of school day, what the fans were like, what the crowd was like on an early game on school day.
School day is always fantastic for us because it's an opportunity that you're probably getting some fans that probably will never get out to a game. And when you get young kids in space and they can have fun, they have fun. And I can tell you, they were loud. They were really into the game. It's always a great impact when you have a lot of support. A loud crowd that's into it and rooting for you, and to have kids in your presence and see how much they appreciate being in the dome. It was an amazing event for us.
And you went up against Niagara and took care of business, 94-45, almost defeating them by 50 points, 49-point victory. Just what that says about where the team is right now and the keeping the foot on the pedal piece of it. You faced off after losing to Minnesota, only your second loss of the season by 4. You went up against Towson and defeated them 98-55. Then Maryland Eastern Shore 96-51, Niagara 94-45, getting to almost 100 points in each of those games and having separation of 40-plus points in each of those games. Just the importance of keeping your foot on the pedal and not taking it off for the whole game.
It's so important not to take your opportunities for granted. And we never take it for granted when we have a chance to get on the floor at the dome. We never take it take it for granted when we're playing a college game, because it is that. It's a great opportunity to compete. And I just try to get our players to understand that we need to compete every time we have an opportunity, because that's some people don't have that opportunity. It's been grateful for our university, grateful for our community, and we just want to come out and play well.
That coming from Coach Q here this morning and every Wednesday morning on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Coach, just what you can say about what's coming up here. We've talked about it a couple times. We talked about it at the Press Room Pub, but you have the St. Pete Shootout. To have a mini tournament here, back-to-back days in the midst of the season. It's your last 2 non-conference games before you jump in conference. Just what you could say about the importance of having a little mini tournament on back-to-back days against Duquesne and UCF on December 21st and 22nd down in St. Pete's, Florida.
It's kind of like a mini first-round tournament for the NCAAs. You have 2 really good teams. Duquesne's a good basketball team. They've really played a tough schedule, and they play against some great competition. And they've really competed at a high level. They shoot the ball well. They're very well coached. When they space you out, and that's a style that we need to play against and need to master. UCF is a kind of different. They come pressure you full court, and they want to play fast. They want to play up tempo, and they're really aggressive on defense. Very, very, very well coached team and great talent, and playing in a great conference where they have a chance to finish at the top of their conference. So you have two very good games against two tough opponents.
And when you see these games coming up, you've already played in that tournament style this season early on in the Cancun Challenge on back-to-back-to-back days. Just the importance of that, we've spoken about it a bunch of times, but to reiterate the point of having your team play on back-to-back days or back-to-back-to-back to get them ready for the ACC tournament and the NCAA as well.
Well, it's the format that helps us the most. Short game prep times. You have to prep quickly. A lot of times within 24 hours, so you have to master that art, and also master the art of getting your kids to recover and to focus in less than 24 hours. That's tough as a player. You have to change everything you thought you knew to something different because you play against a different team with different personnel and a different scheme. And for us, we couldn't have two games that were contrasted styles, if you will. So it's going to be a great test for us. I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
And finally for you, Coach, we're not going to talk to you until the day after Christmas, so I have to ask you for the holidays and for Christmas just what you're thankful for and what's important to you.
Well, I wake up most mornings and just put my feet on the ground and thank God for the opportunity to do something that I love. And when you can wake up in the morning and not dread going to work and not dread doing what you do, you have to really, that you're really blessed. And going into this holiday season, you pray for the less fortunate, and you pray for those that are struggling right now with ailments, with situations, and you just know that holiday normally is a time for you to get away and to be thankful and to be blessed. And hopefully this holiday season, everyone is thankful and everyone is grateful, and people that are less fortunate can be blessed.
That coming from Coach Q, Syracuse Orange women's basketball head coach. Coach, I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on. You got travel coming up here, so blessings on your travel, and say hi to St. Pete's for me. I will be texting you some of those restaurants, and I'll talk with you soon.
All right, thank you very much.
This is a wake-up call, Fast Break.
Having peace of mind when you're out of town that your furry-loving friend is safe and sound means taking them to Canine Campground, because we all know that when it comes to the love of our pets, it goes well beyond the call of duty to make sure they're safe and sound. Right, Lily? So take a ride to 242 Johnson Street in East Syracuse, New York, and see Canine Campground and where your dog will be staying, in the classic cabin, the executive cabin, the grand cabin, or of course the luxury cabin, because if you know Lily, you know she loves luxury. Now you don't have to wait to the last minute to find a family member or a friend that'll take your dog for a few days. Call Canine Campground at 315-299-4013. That's 315-299-4013. Their drop-off and pickup times are Monday through Sunday. Check K9campground.com for more information. That's the letter K, the number 9, and campground spelled with a K.com. K9campground.com.
When you're going out of town, bring your dog to Canine Campground.
Consistency is, well, consistently hard to find, unless you head to 119 East 2nd Street in East Syracuse, New York, the home of the Pen and Trophy Center, who has been serving us Central and Upstate New Yorkers, as well as beyond, for decades. The Pen and Trophy Center on 119 East 2nd Street in East Syracuse, New York, gives you an amazing and unique way to customize a memory today. Say it with the Pen and Trophy Center. Be it an Employee of the Month award, a sports award, something for your business, engraving for your family, your loved ones, anniversaries, birthday parties, and so much more, including remembering somebody who served in the military. Say it with the Pen and Trophy Center. 119 East 2nd Street in East Syracuse, New York. The definition of consistency is pen and trophy. Browse their products on penandtrophy.com. That's penandtrophy.com, and call them for more information at 315-422-8797. That's 315-422-8797. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant. Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. We are inside the second hour of our broadcast. We're live Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and we are currently in the second hour of today's show discussing Syracuse Orange men's and women's basketball. I appreciate everybody that's been a part of the show leading up to this point, and I want to thank each and every single one of them for being on the broadcast today. Before the break, you heard from Coach Q. He is with us every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with our Coach Q Corner, so to speak, giving us his thoughts on the women's basketball team and where things are at currently. And before that, you heard from Tyus Battle and Frank Howard, who are going through a tough time, and the leaders on this team, the veterans on this team, needing to kind of look to them and find some success. So they gave their thoughts on kind of what's going on from their point of view. And we will now go to the younger members of the team, and that being Marek Dolezaj as well as Howard Washington. I'm going to start with Marek here, and the fact that, Jim Boeheim made the statement that he is struggling in his move to center. Marek is a guy who likes to, he's worked on his shot, he's worked on his offense. He had good offense coming into the latter part of last season and into the NCAA tournament, and then he showed that success early on this season, that he hadn't missed a beat, and the continuation was there to shoot those jumpers and do what he needs to do. Well, now that he's been moved to the center position, I asked him what he thinks about adjusting there and if he feels he has adjusted. This is what he had to say.
I don't think so. I feel like I can help the team and the offense, and when it's a bigger guy, it's hard to play this position.
So, do you feel obviously more comfortable maybe at the forward position if you were shifted back out there?
Yeah, I played almost all last year, and yeah, I feel pretty good there.
Coach talked about how, if you have like 30 minutes in a game or whatnot, that you can get some comfort there, but you're not getting it in this team with the amount of players that are playing. Do you feel you can kind of shorten that time and find some success a little bit quicker?
Of course I can, but I need to find myself, my old me, and I think, I don't know, I don't know what to do.
How do you find the old you, so to speak?
Get to the gym and back to the work.
So is it really for you just putting on muscle, putting on weight?
Just don't thinking about, it's more mental, stop thinking about what's happening and just delete everything and just be me.
This team loses 2 games in a row after winning the first 6 at home. What are you taking away from these losses?
We cannot play like this. We cannot be aggressive. We cannot play individual. We need to be one team, and that's how we're going to win the games. No individual.
How do you change that? How do you change this from being an individual game to being a team game again? How do you fix that?
Always practice.
Coach said that the 2 practices before the game didn't go well. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. These 2 practices before all dominant practices, it didn't go well. We were not focused, and that's the problem.
What would you say? Why has the team not been focused, in your opinion?
I don't know. I think we thought like it's going to be easy and we're going to win easy every single game, but that's not how it's working.
So now that you've taken these losses to Old Dominion and Buffalo, do you think that will help the team to see that you can't overlook it, so to speak, or think it's going to be easy?
I think so. Like, I hope it is going to help and we'll get back.
That coming once again from Marek Dolezaj, not sounding too confident about that move to the center position. And I appreciate his honesty. I really do. I appreciate the honesty of the players because it goes a long way. You want the players to be honest. You want them to tell you how they're feeling and what's going on and, you know, what their sense of things are. And so I appreciate that candidness of Marek Dolezaj to say, you know what, I'm not really comfortable in this position. You know, that he maybe doesn't, you know, he's not a big fan of the position and whatnot. So, or that there's a better place in his opinion for him, whatever it may be. I appreciate his honesty in stating the fact that, you know, it has been a struggle for him to get more comfortable. And he said, you know, I got to get in the gym, I got to get ready. And, you know, the team has to obviously go into these games with the will to win, the desire to win, and the focus. And that those sentiments are echoed, you know, in this team that, you know, and it's tough to hear as a fan, I'm sure, but the reality of it all is they don't look like they're willing themselves to win out there, and it's showing itself. And then when you hear from the players are kind of telling you, yeah, you know, we need to get better, we need to get after it more, we have to desire it more. That's where they're sitting at right now. So they got to get after it in practice. They have to put the onus on themselves, and they have to fight. Coming up next is Howard Washington. His number has not been called. This is what he had to say about that, seeing the team struggle and not being called to go out there on the floor.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough right now. Obviously, watching us, you know, lose some games or play bad or play, you know, things like in my mind. I know I can, you know, come out here and help. You know, we're struggling right now. We just need to. I mean, it's gonna come. We work hard every day in practice. We work hard, you know, together. We're a good team. We just need to, you know, pick it up and get it going together and play as one, play the unit.
Coach said that the couple practices that went into this game just weren't good by any stretch of the imagination. What would you say about the practices? Why didn't they go well?
I think just no sense of urgency. You know, that's another practice. It's not like we're, you know, getting ready to prepare for our games. We don't compete hard enough in practice, as you know, and it shows on the court. We come out here expecting not to get fouled when we go for layups and stuff like that. And that's exactly the exact opposite of how we practice. It happens in the game. When we get in the game, guys are in our stuff, 94 feet, and pushing us on drives, not letting us get rebounds, not letting us get the shots we want or like to make. So I mean, that's obviously going to end in, you know, poor shooting percentages and stuff like that. So I just don't think we need to simulate our practices more as like a game.
Why is there that disconnect or the lack of sense of urgency in practice? What would you attribute that to?
I mean, I know everybody does. You know, everybody's just like, it's just practice. Obviously, you're not suiting up for a game. So I think it's just that we just got to get that mindset and the mentality that, you know, every time we're together as a team and we step between the lines, just balls to the wall, we got to go. You know, we got to go as hard as we can, get better, get stronger, get together more as a unit. And then I think that'll translate onto the court. We can't just, you know, show up on game day and play. You know what I mean? Play how we haven't been practicing. So
the team knows what it's like to go through adversity. Last year, have five and a half healthy guys because Brahma wasn't 100%. So why would this team, with all of these guys returning, forget the effort that it takes?
I mean, I think even today we showed a lot of spurts. We played first half. We played hard. You know, I think we played harder than them. I think that's obviously I wasn't in the locker room, but their coach probably went into their locker room saying we're supposed to come here and try to tough these guys, and we're getting all tough. So they put it on the second half, and it's just I don't know. Coach said it multiple times that once our back is on the wall, that's when we play our best. And this program, that's the type of program it is, nitty gritty. You know, we're gonna play hard, we're gonna play efficient, and do things, but. I mean, there's really no excuse for it. We're just not doing it.
Your number hasn't been called. What is your health at right now?
I feel fine. I practice every day, compete every day. Coach's decision. We're still trying to figure things out, see what's going on. But I feel fine and ready to go.
How do you handle that? Being ready and being prepared to go, but not getting that opportunity. What's it done psyche-wise?
I mean, it's tough. It was tough in the beginning, but now I'm kind of just taking it as a learning experience type of thing and learn as much as I can. Prepare myself as much as I can because I know that time is coming. I work out 2-3 times a day by myself with including practice. You know what I mean? So this is just fuel to the fire. Getting me ready to go. It's making me work that much harder. That it's obviously something I'm not doing right. That's something what I mean, type of thing. I don't think it's that. Coaches, we've had plenty of talks, and we're on like the evil mindset behind the scenes. But it's just fuel to fire. And lets me pushes me to work harder every day.
What does Coach say to you when you have these conversations about maybe what he wants to see?
Nothing that I don't do that he doesn't see. He just wanted to make sure I was healthy. Then that's really what our conversation has been. My health is the most important thing. He wants me to be 100%. So that's kind of how those conversations go.
The fan base has told me to tell you that they want to see you out there. Mm-hmm. Do you still feel that love? Do you sense that?
For sure. I mean, I see stuff. I mean, I'm not a big into the social media guy, but I see people tweet at me all the time. We love you. You're one of our favorite players, and I love the community in Syracuse as much as anywhere I've ever been. So I love it. I thank everybody for the support, and my time's going to come for sure.
That coming from Howard Washington Jr. saying, he appreciates the support, he feels that love, and he believes that his time is going to come for sure. And, the hopes from the fan base is that happens, is that there is that success and, that opportunity for somebody like Howard Washington Jr. He's a professional, he's kind, he works very, very hard, and, he wants the opportunities. So I'm hoping that he gets that opportunity. I'm hoping that he has that time. I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that it all works out. I really am, because Howard Washington is somebody who, the fans root for. And Syracuse Orange Empire, which is a group that I'm proud to have been added as I was added as a member, and then the administrators made me an administrator. And I can't thank you enough for all of that. I really do appreciate that, and it means the world to me that they made me an administrator to this group of Syracuse Orange Empire. Our goal was to hit 1,000 members. It's a closed group. You have to be invited and approved, and the Syracuse Orange Empire group on Facebook was trying to hit 1,000 during this past ACC tournament in Brooklyn, and I put out a message, and other administrators and whatnot, people put out messages simultaneously and said, let's hit it. And I think we had to hit like 15 or 12 to get to 1,000. It was insane. It took a few minutes and we were there. And right now, I believe we're almost at 1,600 members. So we've added almost 600 people. When we were looking to get to 1,000, we have more than surpassed that. So I want to thank everybody for, what they said. And I really want to thank everybody for all the work they do with Syracuse Orange Empire on Facebook. And, like I was saying, the positivity that we've gotten and, from everybody, as far as Howard Washington and whatnot. And I just want to shout everybody out for, their appreciation. Christina, I want to give a shout out to Christina because she had asked me, she said, could you do an interview with Howard Washington Jr.? And I said, he's on the show all the time. I have him on the show all the time. And she said, well, could you talk to him and could you let him know that the fans love him and they support him and they want him to do well, and, that this group, Syracuse Orange Empire, big fans and whatnot. And so you heard me in the conversation with him just now say, the fans told me to tell you, and that was, my including of Syracuse Orange Empire, wanting him to know the positivity that they feel for him and the desire that they have for him to do well and to find success and to get back on the court. So, I put it out for you, and I want to thank Syracuse Orange Empire, and I want to thank Christina for her message. Wake Up Call and everything, and more than proud to share that the Syracuse community supports a player. And I told him, and you heard his response. So thank you to all you supporters. Continue to pray and hope for him, and hopefully all will work out soon. Please pray for my dad. He has had some back problems recently, and any prayers for my father would be greatly appreciated at his time of need. And, some prayers just for my family, myself and my family included, we would appreciate that. So thank you for all of that, and thank you for your constant positive effort and enthusiasm and kindness and generosity that you put forward. It means a lot. With that being said, this is Wake Up Call for today. I want to thank once again the CNS Northstars girls basketball team. I want to thank head coach Eric Smith, Morgan Siechen, as well as Mackenzie White, Brandi Feeney, Isabella, Kingsley, and Aniah Ingram. I also want to thank Coach Q every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time coming on to the show of Syracuse Orange women's basketball. And congrats on a 9-2 start, only losing 2 games, one by 4, the other by 2. They're on the road in the St. Pete Shootout. They won the Cancun Challenge in back-to-back-to-back games. They have a back-to-back with Duquesne and UCF on December 21st and 22nd at my favorite beach in St. Petersburg, Florida. So enjoy it to the Syracuse Orange women's team and to Duquesne and UCF. My best to everybody involved. May all stay healthy and play at their hardest. And if Coach Q has some good news, that won't be a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination when they come back to Syracuse. And we'll look forward to talking with Coach Q after the tournament and right after Christmas on Wednesday, December 26th, and every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time right here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. I also want to put a special thanks out to Howard Washington Jr., Marek Dolezaj, Tyus Battle, and Frank Howard for joining me on the broadcast, and the Syracuse Orange men's basketball team in general. Gentlemen, get your heads in the game. Get together as a team. Build your community back up once again. Play for each other. Play for the brother next to you. Love each other. Work your butt off. You play how you practice. You practice how you play, and back and forth. So do both to your highest capacity and give it all to whatever you believe in. At the top, I believe in God. Give it all to God. Work your best. Do everything you can, and find that will to win again, gentlemen, because without that, you got nothing. They're 7-4, and they got a game coming up here at home very, very soon. So my best to them, and I thank them for being a part of the show. I thank you for listening, and you will find us on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on Thursday, December 20th, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time with Papa Joe's Picks, college football talk in the midst of bowl season. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Jaguars, a little bit of football, everything. And we'll have at the bottom of the hour coaching the class with Katie Kalinsky, the director of basketball ops for women's basketball at Buffalo, and the former member of Jim Boeheim's staff for 7 years with Syracuse before that, starting with Deion Waiters and coming all the way through to last season. And then in the second hour of the show, we'll get you ready for Week 16 of the NFL and fantasy football in the Fantasy Football Power Hour, proudly presented by the Wildcat Sports Pub and Penn and Trophy Center with myself and also with Mike Sofka, who comes to us from Hall of Fame FantasyFootball.com. We faced off in the playoffs in the Florida League that I have with Wake Up Call's Fantasy Challenge. We'll talk about that and so much more. So if you're playing daily fantasy or if you're in the playoffs of your league, make sure that you tune in to the show. And to everybody in our leagues, I'll be giving shout-outs to you as well. So tune in and have a great time with that. Today is National Signing Day, the early National Signing Day period, which is awesome. Typically, it is the first Wednesday in February, but they added December last year, and they have added the early signing day period, had success, and continues this year. And with that being said, Syracuse this morning has officially signed 16 of their 17 verbal commits. Courtney Jackson, an athlete out of Gateway in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, has said yes. Joe Rondi, defensive tackle out of Wayne Hills in Wayne, New Jersey. Anthony Redd, offensive guard out of St. Thomas More in Oakdale, Connecticut. Jeffrey Canton out of Cégep Garnou in Quebec City, Quebec, outside linebacker. Adrian Cole, cornerback, Plantation, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Luke Benson, tight end, Central Bucks West out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Matthew Bergeron, offensive tackle out of Cégep Garnou as well, a teammate of Jeffrey Canton in Quebec City, Quebec. Dorian Hewitt has yet to sign, but he is committed to the team. Garrett Williams, cornerback out of Hickory Ridge in Harrisburg, North Carolina. Ishmael Goulbourne, defensive end from Dwyer in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Drew Tuazama, defensive end out of Gyra Prep in Matthews, North Carolina. Amon Greenwood, safety out of St. John's College High School in Washington, D.C. Mikkel Jones, outside linebacker, IMG Academy, Bradenton, Florida, which Syracuse has a connection to. Lee Kapagba, outside linebacker out of Parkland in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Darius Tisdale out of Lackawanna Community College, which is right down the street from my alma mater of Marywood University in Scranton, PA, offensive tackle. Cornelius Nunn, safety out of Miami Palmetto in Miami, Florida. And Cooper Dawson, watched the video of his signing day special, which was heartwarming and wonderful. Offensive tackle out of Hanahan in Charleston, South Carolina, have all said yes to Syracuse. So 16 out of 17, the lone to not sign in the early signing period is Dorian Hewitt, safety out of North Shore in Houston, Texas, who's been on the show before. So congratulations to Syracuse for getting 16 names on the dotted line in the early signing day period. It's one thing to get 16 names in February. It's another thing to get 16 in December. That means that Syracuse's successes and what Dino Babers and the staff have been doing has definitely caught the eye of the nation, and people don't just want to go to Syracuse. They want to make sure that they sign up early. So congratulations to Syracuse on a successful early signing day period here on December 19th of 2018. We will have thoughts from Dino Babers and more on the show tomorrow as well. God bless and much appreciation to each and every single one of you, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, Twitter at Call DT, Instagram at wakeupcall_DT. Shows, videos, audio, quick links, and more, and articles on the Right Now page on wakeupcalldt.com, and make sure you become a member on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Happy holidays and a Merry Early Christmas to everybody, and a Happy Hanukkah once again, and a Happy Kwanzaa. God bless you all, and I'll talk with you soon.